Well, good morning. We're back in the Mooney again, and today we're hunting an oil leak. Actually, after we got it back from annual, I flew it for about an hour or an hour and a half, and after I landed, I found some oil streaking on the cowling and a little bit pooled up down by the starter. And I knew I had to take some action there. So unfortunately, it's been about a month since I found that, and my schedule just has not allowed me to get it back over to the maintenance shop, which is on the other side of Grand Rapids where we live. So I saw my calendar was a little bit free today and decided to take it over in the morning and try and get some work done from the FBO over there while the shop takes a look at it. So unfortunately, I did forget my audio cable that I usually have for the flight. So instead, I'll try and get some audio captured through my GoPros, and hope you just enjoy the quick flight over to Hastings, and then we'll get digging in. See y'all soon.
Approach 26708 uniform.
26708 uniform, Great Express.
6708 uniform is just off the Sparta Airport, looking for a quick flight following over to Hastings, 9 Delta 9.
Number 0 uniform, roger, maintain VFR spot 0240.
Maintain VFR 0240. 670 uniform.
Mooney 0 uniform, my apologies. Squawk 0244 0244.
0244, 670 uniform.
Mooney 0 uniform, radar contact about 3 miles south of Sparta. Episode number 3014, showing 2000 as the altitude check.
3014, altitude 2.1, climbing. Checks.
Mooney 0 uniform, roger. And it's maintain VFR at about 4,500 for transition through Grand Rapids Tower departure area.
How about I go around 670 uniform?
Mooney 0 uniform, roger, sounds good. 20 uniform, resume on navigation. Just remain greater than 5 miles from Grand Rapids Airport.
Alright, I'll stay 5 miles away. Head to 9 Delta 9, 670 uniform.
Tell you what, these things are easy to land when there's no wind. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful morning. You're sick of me saying it, but we're very, very blessed this morning. So thanks for coming along. I'll document some of the work we're doing on this thing, try and get a little oil leak fixed, and get some great flying in the Mooney. Hastings traffic 2670, clear 30 Hastings.
So we're on the hunt for oil leaks, like I mentioned before, and we believe the most probable place for that oil to be leaking is the crankshaft seal. So you can see we've removed all the cowling, the propeller has come off, and right now a mechanic at T&J is preparing the surface for a new seal. He took the old seal off, cleaning all of the adhesive that's used, like a rubber cement type adhesive, and cleaning the surface. So now you can see it's pretty interesting to me how the new seal goes on. It's a one-piece seal, so he's having to stretch it over the prop flange, and then there's a spring that goes inside of that seal, so he's now going to have to get that spring worked around and installed in the seal. You can see right now he's using that adhesive I talked about, which I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll call it rubber cement, coating the seal and then pushing the seal back in. Then on my specific airplane, there is a retainer, so he's now trying to get the holes lined up on the prop flange so it's easy to get the retainer on. And then of course you can see my bright red shirt. I have a hard time staying away when people are working on the airplane, so I was there to try and slow them down a little bit. So we worked for a few minutes here to get the seal on, or to get the retainer on, that is. Yeah, so again, we thought the probable cause of this was the crankshaft seal. More specifically, we thought it was the spring inside that crankshaft seal that keeps the inner mating surface nice and tight to the crank, it appeared when he disassembled it that it had been kinked or elongated and maybe wasn't quite pulling as tight as it could. So now he's safety wiring that retainer back on. Of course, a little good shop talk, having a good laugh. And then I had a good conversation with Todd, who owns T&J Aviation. Actually, the mechanic working on it is his son. It's a lot of family there. You can see, I think, his younger son in the background working as well. Really hard-working group of guys. We just had a good conversation about how hard it is to put this prop back on. Not that it's physically that hard, but it's a little tedious, just the way that it's designed. And more specifically, it's kind of a pain to torque the prop to the hub or to the prop flange. And I happen to work for a hand tool company, so we were just talking through some strategies as to how we might be able to make something that can help them do that job a little easier. So again, spent a fair amount of time here, 4 or 5 hours. I know it looked very quick in this couple of minutes. Of course, I didn't document the teardown, and it sped up pretty significantly. But we spent quite a bit of time here working to get this oil leak resolved. And right now the jury is kind of still out. When I got back to the airport at Sparta, I did still have some oil that I maybe wasn't such a big fan of. I'll throw a picture up of that oil here in a second. And I don't know if it was new oil or residual oil that was still being flinged around a little bit as I flew back. So definitely something we have to continue to monitor. Again, you can see how I mentioned this prop's kind of tough to get on. He's having to work every bolt in a little bit at a time while the prop kind of slowly creeps towards being seated, and then he has to torque it down with kind of a homemade wrench that they made to get the access into that hub. So again, I want to thank the guys at T&J Aviation. They did a great job working to rectify this. Again, we're not quite sure if we have it yet, but they stand behind their work, and I'm proud to have them working on my airplane.